Oh, Steve.
Chris.
Oh, my goodness.
It sounds like you just woke up. Sorry, are we disturbing you with this whole podcast thing? Like you're laying in bed. I just came up and I'm like, Chris, podcast time.
Okay, I'm coming. I'm on my way. So,
we are in our vocal series.
the vocal series, man, it's been doing pretty well so far.
I think this is part 4 of 4.
I think so too. I think that's enough after.
We'll bring it home here.
Yes.
Because after that, we're just into nonsense.
Yeah,
Drill.
for sure.
not that we haven't been there.
We're kind
the
of good
last
at
3 episodes. Kind of what we
good
do.
at that too.
Kind of what we do.
So, okay, what are we covering today?
So we got our singer under control in the first part, and then we tracked, and then we comped and tweaked, and I think at this point we're into kind of the more complicated effects portion. I think you had talked about just effects and sends and that kind of stuff that makes vocals sound very special and vocally professional.
I'll start with this. When I'm done with the lead vocal and I'm ready to add some effects and stuff, the first thing I do, I leave a feedback on the Apple podcast. that was lousy, man.
I was like, what? Is he gonna?
I saw your face. Where is he going with that?
I was like, what?
A feed what?
What?
It's like
I was like,
that's your face.
I spent my entire career trying to avoid feedback. The first thing I do with my vocals, add feedback.
Your face threw me off, man. And I got crippled.
What? He finally lost it. I thought he like totally glitched out this time. A couple episodes ago, you just fully crashed. I thought maybe it was over for you. And then he just sat in a room alone and talked about guitar strings for the rest of his life.
Oh, I tried to pivot to.
I saw the pivot attempt. It's like the YouTube video where you know it's about to happen. You got a huge guy with a beer. He's on the roof, and he's got a little swimming pool, and you're just like, uh-oh. I know he's not going to land in the water. I know that.
Once you're done mixing vocals, you go on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and you leave a feedback on this podcast.
Obviously. Positive feedback.
A positive feedback.
You got to specify.
5 stars.
5 stars.
All right?
6 if they have them.
If so, 6. And on top of that, just go on the YouTube channel, subscribe, and ask your questions straight on YouTube or by following the link that is in the show notes. Now we can start.
Yeah.
Was that a nice pivot?
It was. You pivoted like a ballerina during a beautiful Nutcracker suite. So effects. Where do you start? Like for me, do you have a go-to like effects chain thought process for lead vocals? Let's say
I do.
Talk about backgrounds. What's your first?
I do.
What's the first effect in your template that you will attempt to add?
Usually I'm going to go with parallel processing like compression, saturation. Sometimes combined on the same channel.
Every time you say parallel, it's just a thing of beauty.
It's the French way to say it.
It's the awesome way of saying it. It's just
Awesome
I'm like parallel, and you're like
no, parallel.
Everything sounds like a wine or a cheese when you say it. Like, what kind of type of wine is that?
It's a parallel wine.
Yes, it's the red, obviously. So saturation is a big one. Do you?
Sometimes I combine both on the same channel. Saturation, compression, it's all like heavy compression, all on the same channel.
And then send it back in.
And I parallel it with the lead vocal, just to add a bit more loudness to the vocal, basically.
Loudness
is parallel compression is going to
do. And it is something so like radio ready about that sound.
Totally.
That it's easy to overdo it.
Yes.
I went through that phase.
Yeah.
Where I was like, you over paralleled the snot out of this thing. You lunatic. like you're like
exactly
between words and stuff.
This is what it's going to do.
I'm like, easy there, Steve-aroo.
Yep.
So, all right. So you've got your vocal. To me, that's almost more of a mixing thing than an effects thing. It's like an EQ.
But for me, I kind of think...
tonal.
Yeah, it is. No, it is. It is. You're right. It's a tonal. It's a dynamic also type of approach. But it's for me, it's still like parallel processing.
Yeah, it's part of the later
the send
the later
stuff.
part of the.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, I get it.
in that end, you know.
Okay.
But then I have like in my template a bunch of different delays and reverbs. I
Yeah.
have more than not enough, basically.
Yeah. Do you?
All of them are muted.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a guy singing from 64 miles away through a tunnel.
Yeah.
Do you have an order of, like, for me, always first is a slapback.
Yeah, same
That's
here.
always the first
Same
thing I
here.
try.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, ooh,
Is it mono or stereo?
or mono?
I love it.
Nicely done. I said stereo and you said mono at the same
Oh,
time.
man, that's funny.
That's it.
Because
Yeah.
the thing people need to understand, we don't prep before we record these
No,
podcasts. So
if we-
everything is like spontaneous.
We had to do one of these twice and it was awful.
I know.
We threw
I
it
know.
away.
We don't even talk
We
about
threw
the
it away
topic.
because we didn't record audio that time. And so then we tried to do it again and it was awful.
Yeah.
Because we were too scripted because we knew what we
I
were going to
know.
say. Awful.
I know. And
Yes. Anyway.
So
Yeah. Stereo mono is a huge one.
it is.
And then length of slap
Yes.
is a big one too.
Do you time it to the project or you go in milliseconds?
It's timed to tape speed.
Okay.
So mine is the 15 or the 30. Because to me,
Nice.
those are the ones I grew up listening to.
Yeah,
Those are
it
your two
makes sense.
choices, right?
Makes total
and
sense.
one of those always works.
I
in
like that.
stereo or mono.
Works.
Or it doesn't work at all.
Yeah.
And I push the mute button and you know right away.
Yeah.
And sometimes it comes and goes.
Mm-hmm.
Cool in the verse, bad in the chorus or whatever. Or a delay takes over for it later.
Sure.
Or whatever. Okay, so then where do you go from there?
Funny enough, I'm going to go for a long type of delay after.
Okay.
Could be like a ping pong delay.
Before reverbs and stuff.
Before reverb even.
Okay.
Because sometimes I won't even need a reverb.
Interesting.
The reverb is very low in my mixes.
Interesting. Same. Interesting. My reverb choices
needs to be-
influence my delay a lot.
Yeah.
Your delay influences your reverb.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It needs
Yep.
to be very transparent.
Yeah.
I want to feel it more than hear it.
Do you gravitate? I mean, there's seasons, but do you gravitate in this season of life? Are you plate, hall, chamber? Is there one? Like, what's your first attempt?
Plate
Yeah.
to start with.
I've landed
Usually,
on the plate
yeah.
in life.
A lot.
I did the hall era for most of my life.
Yeah.
And the other one I really, really have come to love is the ambient or room.
Yes.
Just that.
Yeah.
That to me is the most transparent.
Because you know what? I have one channel where I have a plate on.
Yeah.
And I have also one with a kind of more of a room type
Yeah.
of reverb.
Yep.
So I have like two reverb channels going on.
Yep. Yep. Same.
Sometimes I use them both.
Same.
Sometimes I don't.
Yeah. Mine's called ambient and
There you go.
verb.
That's perfect.
Yep. And
That's
then whatever's
awesome.
on verb comes and goes over.
Yeah.
The template now has a plate.
Yeah. That's cool.
It's super cool.
That's cool.
And
For long delays, what do you use?
for me, I've been echo boying, and is that the Sound Toys?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, the Sound Toys Echo Boy has been it for a while.
Honestly, it's if I have one delay plugin to
Yep.
pick
Yep.
on a desert island, it's
Yep.
going to be the Echo Boy.
Yeah, and it just does.
Definitely.
You could put up the default,
And it
just,
sounds
and
good
just
right away.
tweak it in 2 seconds, and it's either stereo or it's mono, it's ping pong or
Yeah.
it's straight up or it's. And there's so many delays that I just am just lazy or have never learned or didn't live through.
Yeah.
There's entire like sections of that thing.
But this one is so flexible, man.
Yeah, but even in that, there's like the era of reverbs, right? There's this 80s thing,
Yes.
and this 90s thing that was popular, or whatever, Space Echo, whatever era.
Yeah.
And then I'm always just like, oh, analog delay.
Yeah. I love the DM5 too. It's
Yes.
very, very dark, you know,
DM5
for
and
something dark.
Yeah, the
Oh,
clean ping pong. I love that
Love
one.
it.
And then you just widen it or pull it and you're done.
it's great.
And mess with your time.
yeah.
Automating delay
lot.
times. Such a great hack.
That's cool.
There's a life hack. It's such a life hack that I
Yeah.
didn't do until I did it. And now
Love
I
it.
don't ever not do it. So on my delay, that's what's up. The
Yeah.
lane, the automation lane for the delay time is what's up on my delay now to remind me, play with it, right? Like tighten it, lengthen it. At the end of a certain word, just pop it longer. Like that's a cool thing, the delay. Do you have other delays
Yeah.
in your template? Do you
Yeah.
have smaller?
On my long delay channel,
Yeah.
I have like, the Echo Boy. I have
Yep.
also a couple from Baby Audio
Yep.
that are great.
Yep.
And that's pretty much it.
Yep.
And I have one channel only for vocal throws,
Yes.
always.
Yeah.
And what I even do with that channel, it's actually, I did different ways. It's different ways you can set that up. You know,
Yes.
and one way that I do is I have it on an audio channel as an insert on a stereo channel,
Okay.
and I just chop the lines I want to add the throws on and just drag them over, and that's it.
Tuck them down.
And just use it for the throws, and that's
Yep.
it.
Yep.
It's ready to go. It's so fast.
Yeah, my version of that is I have my throw send right under the lead vocal.
Yeah.
So it's weird. In my template, it's like lead vocal, and then all the lead vocal processing channels we talked about in the last episode. But above all of those is the delay throw. So it's right under the lead vocal.
Nice.
Just sitting there by itself.
That's cool.
On an island. But it's so I can highlight the lead vocal part I want and
Drag
then
it
drag it
down.
down. But I don't drag the audio down. I just drag down the highlight and then I pull up the send. Right? So it's that. I can shoot up, and I can do it really quick.
Nice.
And then I can automate the send level that way.
Cool.
But yeah, it's super fast. So that's been sitting there for years.
Yeah.
This odd, empty AUX channel right in the middle of the template. And that's
cool.
exactly what it is the throw.
Yeah,
to the
so
delay.
it sums up to this, So 2 reverb channels, one two channels for slapback delays, one mono and one stereo, and decide which one I want to use, and one big long delay.
The other one that I have set for me is a shorter reverb in there. And it is almost all its job is it's a short reverb. I think it's a short haul with a big pre-delay.
Okay.
And I started playing with that. And like
Cool.
on a chorus, I just pop that on and it just does this like widening thing.
Yeah.
That you don't hear it.
I like
'cause it's
that.
like pre-delayed enough that it's not connected, right?
Yeah.
And so it's almost like a longer slapback. So a lot of times I'll kill the slapback and then go to that in there. And it's a
Nice.
neat, it just fills something neat in there. And back vocals I'll send to that sometimes. That ends up being kind of a neat
Cool.
thing. When you've got fast vocals, they're kind of just filling and it's neat to play with that pre-delay. And so that's been a random one I started
Okay.
playing with lately.
And talking
I
about
did
back
accidentally.
vocals, but sometimes a lot of stuff by accident
Yeah.
are
That was an
pretty
accident.
good, and
Yeah.
that's
Yep.
cool. So what about back vocals? Do you feed the back vocals with the same
No.
vocal delays?
They
and
have their
reverbs?
own
Yeah, same
entire
here.
planet
Yeah, same here.
down there. And they just, they live on their own with their own bus and their own sends and their own delays and their own everything. And just primarily because it clutters up the lead vocal. And if all that stuff's going through down the same hall, it's just getting
Sure.
messy in there, right? So they kind of get their own hall that can be wider or more narrow. That's a big one. Its background vocals are wider than the lead a lot of times. Their effects.
Okay, what about doubled vocals? You're doubling the lead vocal on the
Yeah.
chorus, for example,
Yeah.
like 2-3
Yeah.
times, whatever. You
Yeah.
pan them, you keep
Yeah.
it at the same as the vocal, or do they have the same processing or not? Do you bust everything under the same?
It is typical. It depends on the purpose of the double.
Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff you can do
makes
here.
sense. So yeah, in my background vocal template, there's 2 doubles at the top. So it's like BGV 1 through 9,000, but above that is double 1 and 2. So a lot of times I'll just drag them from the playlist lead vocals down.
Yeah.
My background vocals go below my lead vocals at the bottom of my template. And so I'll drag those down and now I have this just panned off the top thing that's then going in with the background vocal bussing. So they're all getting moved together.
Okay.
Or if it's really a cool double, then it's part of the song sometimes. And then that just goes up with the lead vocal.
Yeah.
And so that's just a whole different thing that I'll just send to its own thing.
Cool.
So yeah, it just depends. But typically they end up down with the background vocals, kind of in that compression processing
Nice.
thing.
Cool. I kind of like when they are different than the lead.
Yeah.
The doubles, yeah.
Yeah. And then,
Yeah.
they're not getting tuned and treated the same.
No, exactly.
They're just kind of in their own,
They have their own thing.
and they go out of tune in their own way. Right?
Which adds to the
neat.
effect.
That makes, if you pin everything to 10, then there's no double.
No.
Right? Then it's just flanging itself out.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, like pitch correcting back vocals is so quick the way I do it.
Yeah.
Like now I'm not careful. I just do it
Same.
fast, like, okay, let's go to pitch, select everything.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
total opposite that I do on the lead vocal.
Correct. Select all, and I'll just go to like 70% and walk away.
That's it.
And that's great. If something
That's
sticks
it.
out, I'll hear it.
Yeah, I know.
But same with the doubles, the lead doubles. Like it's
Same
they should be.
thing.
I'll take old takes.
Same thing.
I you typically don't record. Let's double that. I'll just go get a different playlist that I didn't use. That's
You
kind of out
take
of tune
that.
and out of time, and that becomes the double, right?
This is what I do when I forget to
Yeah.
to record the
Even
doubles,
then, I don't want them focusing on doubling because it gets too tight, right? It almost cancels itself out.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lesser take is a great double for me.
How many doubles you record when you have to record some?
Oh, it depends on the type of song, but yeah, 1 or 2. And then I have takes. I have that chorus. I have 4 takes of that chorus here and 4 takes of the chorus here and 4 takes of the chorus there. And any of those can be a double. So there's not a lot of time. Unless it's really part of the song. Unless it's a really tight pop thing, then it's a different thing.
Okay.
Then everything is locked and we put time into it. And I don't want to hear S's flamming and all that stuff, right?
Sure.
But typically that's not what I do.
So how do you mix your back vocals apart aside from the doubles?
I will go through and high pass everything with the stock 10-cent high pass filter just across. It's on the template always. Auto tune is on the template always. Set to C sharp, all notes, low and slow. So it's just always there. Chromatic. And then, or C chromatic. And then it all just gets bussed together typically. And I'll go in and find something if it bugs me. And if something really sticks out, I'll just go clip gain it real quick. And even then I can see it. I can see, oh, it's you. You're the third that I keep hearing. So I'll just clip gain it in, and then that's it. And then just process the whole thing, compress it. And then occasionally, depending on the type of thing, I'm a huge fan of put a touch of chorus on it, put a touch of phase mistress on it.
Yeah.
And then I'll even go in and, like, for me, it's the air stereo width. I'll just widen it beyond wide. And that's a cool, to me, sound for a lot of songs. Touch a phase and then widened as far as it'll go.
That's
and
cool.
And then kind of puts it there, which is a neat. So yeah,
nice.
That's typically the quick moves, and then season to taste.
Very similar to what I do.
Yeah.
So same type of approach.
And it depends on the type of song.
Always.
Sometimes you want all your background vocals mono and loud.
Yeah.
Opposite of everything we just said.
Yeah. And I like them darker than the lead.
Yes.
Unless I don't.
Yeah.
If I don't, I just don't.
Then you don't.
Yeah. Usually it goes this way.
Isn't that a fun way to mix?
I
I have a plan until I have no plan.
I don't.
It's like this very thing we're doing right now. It's a great plan.
You're bussing, okay, when it comes to bussing your back vocals.
Yeah.
Do you have one? I think you already mentioned that earlier, but on my side, I do have like one group channel for all of my back vocals.
Yeah.
And I mix that one stereo channel.
100%.
Okay. My doubles also will have their own bus group channel in this, so I'm going to process them separately. Now, I also have like a main general vocal bus.
100%.
Where I have like everything on that channel.
Yes.
Do you process that channel?
Yes.
Nice.
Unless I don't.
Unless you don't.
Yeah. Like for me, everything in the whole template gets distilled to, I'm from film, so music is MX.
Yeah.
So I have an MX master and I have a Vox master.
Okay.
And then that goes to the master bus. And so everything comes down to those two for one last, hi, how are you?
We talked about that on one live session,
and so,
I remember.
Yeah, so there's a few things on the vocal, but typically not. It's just typically like a touch of limiting in case something's going to mess with my master.
Exactly.
But I don't want to see it. Like it's just there just in case.
Same here with like compression stuff. Glue things together.
And then on the MX bus, there's a couple kind of emergency plugins to save me downstream. But and then it's there if I need it.
So all your music on the bus and the vocals on the bus, and that goes to your mix
master
bus.
Yep.
Okay.
And a lot of that just came out of, oh my gosh, all the vocals are too loud or too soft.
Yeah.
There's just the one move, or hey, can I get an instrumental of this? Yes, right? That's great.
Because I do something very similar, but my main instrument buses, it's not like one music bus and one vocals, like the drums, a drum bus, a bass bus, a guitar bus, a synth bus, and then the vocal.
That all happens up in the template for me. So all my drums and then my drum bus, and then all my bass and my bass bus, and then those buses all go down to the music bus.
Okay, so you have one extra compared to what I do.
Yes.
It's like if I would take all of my instrument buses and route them into
a final panic fader.
Okay.
That does nothing. But it's just there if I need it. Or it just gets a touch of limiting.
Yeah.
If something's messing with my master bus.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's neat. Or a lot of times for me, it's a way to affect the master without affecting the master. It's like, wow, my whole mix sounds really bright.
Oh yeah.
So I can just go into the MX bus, but the vocals sound great or whatever. And that's a way to.
But for like country, pop, rock, what I like to do is like have a rear bus channel.
Yeah.
Basically parallel compression.
Yep.
For bass, guitars, synths, vocals. Mm-hmm. No drums because I do the
It's got
the
its
pedal
own
compression
It's got
elsewhere.
100 of those already.
It's all good.
Yeah.
All taken care of.
No problems here. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And then that final Vox bus, gets a little bit of love, and that's it. Beyond that, it's good. And it's cool for me to be able to just solo that thing sometimes,
or mute it.
or mute it for an instrumental or
Yeah.
whatever.
It's so practical, you know. But sometimes just tone shaping the thing, you know.
That's it.
Like little things, like
more
little
smiley face.
Yeah. Always
A little more
smiley
smiley
faces.
face. That's it, man. Make it sound modern. Smiley
Hey,
face.
I love that. Anything you want to add?
Just that I love you, and this vocals are fun.
I love you too, man. So what do we have for a question this week?
Hold, please. Do an edit while I find my
Yeah.
phone. Okay, and edit over. I found my phone.
Oh.
It was right there. All right, so this one is from S. Conway.
Yeah.
S. Conway's great. I don't know who S. Conway is. S. Conway, who are you? S. Conway shows up on YouTube, and it's cool.
More than once.
But yeah, with great thoughts and questions. I love
Love
that.
it.
So say hi, S. Conway, whoever you are. Hi, S. Conway. I'm going to assume it's Stephanie. Either Stephanie or Scott, but the last name's Conway.
Wow. Okay.
Or
Stephanie or Scott.
Or it's Scon.
It's like two different worlds, man.
Conway. I don't know. It says, do you guys ever find when you're mixing your own music, and especially if it's been over a long period of time, which happens when you're mixing your own music, it often goes over a long period of time.
Oh my gosh.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
You find yourselves questioning if you are objectively hearing what's coming out of the speakers. Do you ever feel like you're hearing what's in your head instead?
Oh, that's a great question.
It is a good question.
Yeah.
When it's your own music,
It's hard.
you live with it.
Honestly, I have way less trouble mixing and producing other people's music than my own.
Yes, most people, I would say, have this problem.
It's weird. I don't know why.
You
but
know
it's
too
weird.
much. You know and you care.
Yes.
But mostly you know. And to this point, I think I said this in an episode sometime, you know too much about your own thing. So you're listening. It's like when you see a group photo and you look at yourself and you're like, oh my gosh, my left eye is slightly closed.
Nobody sees that left eye. Nobody
But it's
cares.
your left eye
And you
in the
see it.
photo. And everybody else sees the photo and they're like, oh, it looks just like you.
Yeah.
And you're like, but my eye.
You're right.
And so you know too much. So when you listen to your own mix, you're like, oh, that synth thing, I love that. That was neat. I did that with the thing and I changed the filter and I love it. And so you're listening to that while the drums have fallen off the side of the left speaker. You know what I mean? So it's that you know too much. And so that's my biggest problem. And so time
Makes total sense.
Time actually helps. Because the point where you walk away and come back and you forgot about that arpeggiator thing.
Yeah.
Right? And you're like, oh my gosh, the drums fell off the left speaker. Right? So
Take care of that.
So there's a bit of yes to that for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
You do hear what's in your head or what you created or what you wanted to create.
Because I do find it harder to work on your own music.
1000%.
It takes a long time. Even to mix, it
Yes.
takes a long time. For some reason,
Yes.
it takes way too much time.
Part of it is that you're afraid. It's
A lot.
It's the same reason
A lot.
why clients give you so many notes on the mix you do.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. They're like, I had it in my head and then you did a thing, right? So you do it to your own music. Like you had it in your head and then you did a thing.
But the thing is, like, they have way less notes to give me than I give myself.
Correct. Correct.
it's
And they're
like-
way kinder.
They are, because, man,
Mine are
my
like,
notes are
You
rude.
suck. You should quit. I'm like, stop talking to me like that, me.
Totally.
Yeah. So
Totally.
the answer is yes.
Okay, so the question is then, how can we overcome this?
Doing it.
Yeah, the more you do it,
You just do it.
the more you do it.
The more you do anything. The
Yeah.
more if I was building airplanes, I wouldn't want to fly in the airplane I built because I know too much about I work in a restaurant and I'll never eat at that place. Do you know what I mean? Like it's that.
I
Like,
would be concerned if that was the case though, for a
but that
restaurant.
is
though.
the case. I worked on my own music and I don't want people to hear it. It's the equivalent of that, right?
Yeah, you're right.
But after a while, you're like, all restaurants are like this. It's okay. There's just enjoy your meal, right? So there's a bit of that where you just go, it's just music. My left eye's fine in the photo. Release the photo, right? So I think time and experience.
Just
and
release it.
Just going through the pain enough times
Just
that
release it.
you stop caring about each little hurt.
Man, good question.
Great question.
Love it.
Scon Way.
Now, let's, I guess, make some music and
Let's go make some vocals.
let's make some vocals.
No, let's not do vocals anymore today.
No.
I'm over it.
I think I'm done.
Me too.